Okay, sitting up nice and tall, please close your eyes. With your eyes closed, just go ahead and exhale your breath all the way out, please. Inhale deep through your nostrils, fill all the way up. Out through the mouth, exhale, empty out all the way. And take a slow breath in through your nostrils. Open mouth, exhale. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. Stretch your arms over your head. Take a deep breath in. Bring your hands to your heart, side out, exhale. Keep your eyes closed, your lips sealed, and take a few rounds of breath in through your nose and out through your nose, please. You can feel each breath getting just a little deeper. Breathing through just your nostrils, can you tone the muscles at the back of your throat so that sound is also being created with your breath? It sounds like a loud whisper or the distant sound of the ocean as you breathe. We'll set the intention for our practice today. I'm someone who falls into the category of force, as someone, an athlete who forces the action. It's just something I've always done. I'm impatient. I have a tendency to really push myself when it comes to activity and athletics and sports. And same thing happens in yoga, where I tend to really push myself in the practice. What I try to really hard to remember is to work through knowledge rather than force. When we're looking to create a pose or a movement or an action, we want to move our will through the lens of knowledge to create that action. We want to move our intention or our inspiration, whatever it is, our creative impulse, through the lens of knowledge, which is alignment or understanding or even acceptance, so that the action can be created without consequence. We call this action, this consequence-free action is called Kriya. So today, working in our practice to move through knowledge to create action. And see if we can do that without force, but instead, that's what we'll call it Kriya energy, this consequence-free action. Bring your hands to your heart, exhale your breath out. Inhale for Om. Please blink your eyes open. Thanks for joining class. Come onto your hands and knees, please. Spread your fingers nice and wide on the mat. Lots of space between your fingers and underneath your hands. Go ahead and shift your weight forward a little bit and lift just the palms up. So your knuckles and your fingers. It's kind of hard to see in the camera, but just the palms are lifting. And lower the palms back down. Let's do it again. Just the palms lift and lower. Can you rock forward? Palms lift and lower, and keep it going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now we're going to come up to our fingertips. Lift the palms and the fingers. Okay, and lower back down. Palms and knuckles. Palms and knuckles. And let's go 5. Can you lean forward? 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Turn your fingers out towards the side edges of the mat, please. Make some circles around your wrist. Doesn't have to be a big movement, but just a nice, easy circle around the wrist. Circle a few times in one direction before switching directions a few times in the other direction. All right. Now turn your palms face up. Point your fingers in towards each other. Palms up and fingers pointing in. With your fingers spread wide, stretch out across your thumbs, stretch out through your pinky fingers. Walk your hands in a little closer together. Rock side to side. Wiggle your fingers a little bit. Roll out your thumbs. Next time you rock to the right, hold it. Hold it, breathe, push to your left. Just kind of take a few deep breaths into the top of the wrist, your forearm, before you switch sides. Take it over to the left side, stretch to the right. Come back to center. Keep your palms face up and bend your elbows out wide to the side. Sort of creating an internal rotation action in your shoulder as the shoulders drop in and the elbows go wide. Now we're going to squeeze the elbows together and really externally rotate. Squeeze the elbows in towards each other, roll your shoulders back. Let's do that a few times. Elbows go wide and elbows squeeze together. Elbows go wide and elbows squeeze together. 3 more. And let's make our way up onto our fists. Tuck your toes, sit back onto your heels. Take your fists up to the sky. Squeeze your hands tight into a fist. Then flick your fingers open, close it up tight. Keep it open, closed, keep it going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out, please. You could bring your hands back down to the ground. Point your fingers back towards your thighs. Lean forward, rock forward. Cat pose your spine. Chin to chest, tailbone tucks. Shift your weight forward and take it back. Inhale, cow pose your spine. Move your thighs back, lift your chest up. Sit. Again, exhale, rock forward. Cat pose your spine, chin to chest, tuck your tailbone. Inhale, rock back, cow pose your spine. Your palms are lifting a little bit as you sit back to your heels. Exhale, rock forward, cat pose your spine, chin to chest, tuck your tailbone. Inhale, rock back, lift into your chest, sit all the way to your heels, and walk your hands back next to your heels. From here, you're welcome to stay exactly in this shape, or you can lean back and let your knees come up off the mat. Oh yeah, stretch out the tops of your ankles, the fronts of your shins. You might even come all the way up to your toes and breathe. All right, let's lower the knees back down to the ground. Walk your hands forward, come onto your hands and knees. We've sort of been taking the same few movements at the start of class for the past week as a way to just practice being grounded, to enter the practice with a sense of familiarity. From there, anything can happen from there on out, but at least we have a place that we start from that's comfortable and familiar. So now reach your left arm out to the left, please, and start to thread your left arm underneath you. You're gonna land on the back of your left shoulder, on the left side of your head, and press gently down through your right hand so that you're twisting. Make sure you're using your knees and hips as an anchor point to this twist. So your knees are firmly down, your hips are over your knees. As you press through your right hand and reach through your left fingertips, twisting, let's say at the torso, maybe even at the middle of the torso, like above the waistline. Twisting and reaching through left fingertips. For me, I'm feeling a big stretch between my shoulder blades. All right, you can press a little bit more, twist a little bit deeper. On your next inhale, push down into your right hand, sweep your left arm up to the sky, step your left foot back behind you, supported side plank pose. Big stretch up and reach forward through your left fingertips. 3 times we'll take our left elbow and left knee to tap. Left elbow and left knee tap. Inhale, extend your left arm forward, stretch your left leg back. Exhale, left elbow, left knee tap. Inhale and extend. This time we're gonna hold it. Left elbow, left knee tap, hold it here. Look down to the top of the mat and step your left foot all the way forward to the top of the mat. Please reach your left fingertips forward and lunge. Before you lunge further, make sure your legs are active. You're flexing your quadriceps. You're hugging your shins into the midline of the mat. And you're scissoring your thighs together. Keep drawing in as you stretch from your hips. Expand out with your legs, stretch your fingers. Good. Reach back with your left hand, grab your right foot, please. Squeeze your heel into your bum. Pull the bottom of your heart forward. Remember to keep your legs as active as they just were in the previous lunge. We're going to hold on to that action as much as we can. Release the back foot. Circle your left arm forward. Place your left hand down. Please sit all the way back onto the top of your right foot. Full flexion or towards that full flexion of your right knee again. Toes are flexed. Walk your hands out. Drop your nose to your knee. Let's keep going. Inhale, rock forward and lunge. Reach your left arm forward. Circle it up. Reach it back. Grab your right foot and squeeze. Release your right foot. Circle your left arm forward. Place your left hand down. Sit all the way back to the top of your right foot. Flex your toes. Flex your quads. Drop your nose to your knees. Inhale, rock forward. Reach your left fingertips forward. Circle your left arm up. Reach back and grab a hold of your right foot. Give it a nice, good squeeze. One more time, reach forward with active legs. Sit all the way back onto the top of your right foot. Flex your toes, sit back. Drop your nose to your knees. This time as we come forward to lunge, we're gonna pick the right knee up and reach the left arm forward. Circle your right arm up to the sky, right hand behind your head. Let's drop the right elbow down to the ground to tap. We'll get close to tapping the right thumb tip. Inhale, lift your left elbow back to the sky. Look up, lean back. Again, exhale, left elbow comes down, tap the ground. One more time, inhale, lift the left elbow up. And exhale, let's come all the way down onto your left elbow, to your left forearm if you can, and come down to your right forearm. Keep the palms open. If you want to be on your hands, that's fine too. Just make sure you're keeping your back leg active. Inner right thighs lifted. Rock forward and back a few times. Maybe rock a little side to side in your hips. I'm going to pulse up and down as well. Oh, great. Lower your right knee down. All right, we're going to step our left foot back or stretch our left foot back. Try not to let the left foot touch the ground. So left foot goes back and hovers off the ground. Come onto your right fingertips. You're down on your left forearm and your right knee. Your left leg is lifted. You're on your right fingertips. You might also lift your right arm up off the ground and just really balance it out. Here comes some extra credit points. Maybe your right knee comes up off the ground. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee up for 3. Opposite hand, opposite leg, 2. Very good. 1, lower your left foot down. Place your right hand underneath your right shoulder. Okay, now come up onto your left fingertips. Your left elbow is now lifted. Hover your right foot up off the ground. Stay here or lift your left arm up. You might bring your left knee down. Squeeze your glutes. Tuck your tailbone a little bit. Draw your navel in. Big push through your right arm a lot. 3, 2, and 1. Both hands and feet down. Come forward to your tiptoes, please. Lower elbows to your ribs, halfway down, hold it. 3, 2, all the way down to 1. Getting all that good stuff out of the way. Point your toes, pull forward, cobra pose. Bottom of the heart pulls forward, shoulders dropping down and back. Very nice, everyone. Come back up onto your hands and knees. Reach your right arm out to the right, please. Same as the first side, thread your right arm underneath you. Come to land on the back of your right shoulder, on the right side of your head. You're gonna press through your left hand to twist. Knees and hips stay anchored in place. Reaching through your right fingertips. Pressing through your left hand, breathing deeply. Let's take press down into your left hand. Sweep your right arm up to the sky. Step your right foot back, supported side plank pose. Reach your right arm forward for a big stretch. 3 times, right elbow and right knee will tap. Exhale. Inhale. Right elbow, right knee, tap. Exhale. Inhale. This time we'll hold it. Right elbow, right knee, tap. Hold it. Look forward, step your right foot to the top of the mat. Now reach your right arm forward and lunge, please. Keep your legs active. Tone your thighs, hug your shins in, draw your thighs to your hips and lunge, expand, stretch. Circle your right arm up, reach it back, grab a hold of your left foot. Give it a nice squeeze. Oh, it should feel pretty good. Keep pressing through your left arm a lot. Make sure you're not sinking into your left shoulder. Release your left foot, reach your right arm forward. Place your right hand down and straighten your right leg. Sit all the way back onto the top of your left foot. Toes are flexed, quadriceps are flexed. Drop it into knee. Keep moving. Inhale, rock it forward. Reach arm forward. Circle your right arm up. Reach back. Grab a hold of your left foot. Give it a nice squeeze. Release the foot. Reach forward. Big stretch. And place your right hand down, straighten your leg, flex your toes, sit all the way back onto the top of your left foot. Flex your quads, drop your nose to your knees. Let's go again, rock forward and lunge. Right arm reaches forward, circle it up, and reach back to grab your foot. One more time to squeeze it nice and tight before releasing the back foot, and one last time to stretch. And sit all the way back onto the top of your foot. Flex your toes, flex your quads, drop your nose in towards your knee. This time, I come forward to lunge. Your left knee will come up, your right arm will reach forward. You'll circle your right arm up to the sky and place your right hand behind your head. Look up, lean back. Take your right elbow down to the ground to tap towards your left thumb. Inhale, right elbow goes back up. And again, elbow taps the ground. Really push through your left hand a lot. Open your right elbow back up, lean back, look up. For this time, we'll bring the right forearm down to the ground. Come down onto your right forearm, and if you can, onto your left forearm. Both forearms down if possible. Back leg is strong no matter what. Rock forward and back. Little side to side, get into the hips. And now you can pulse it out. And let's lower the left knee down to the ground. Lean forward a little bit to slide the right leg back and hover the right foot up off the ground. Press through your forearms, extend through your leg, come onto your left fingertips. Stay here or maybe lift your left arm up. Stay here or maybe tuck your left toes and lift your left knee up. So you've got lots of options to make your core work here. Tone your belly, squeeze your glutes. Extend 3, 2, good grind. 1, place your left hand down under your left shoulder. Lower your right foot down. Come onto your right fingertips. Stay here or lift your left leg up, so incrementally. Maybe you want to bring your right knee down for this. Lift your right arm up if you can. Same thing, tone your belly. Squeeze your glutes. Tuck your tailbone a little bit. Stretch for 3, 2, and 1. Both hands and feet down. Rock forward to your toes. Lower elbows to ribs halfway down for 3, 2, all the way down. 1. All right, nice job. Point your toes, press your feet down. Cobra pose. Take your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Breathe for a moment. Spread your fingers wide. Push down through your hands. Shake out your shoulders and your hips. Inhale, lift up high to your toes. Look forward towards your thumbs. You're going to land your feet wider than your hands. So you'll bend your knees, keep your hips lifted, look forward, hop or step your feet forward and wider than your hands into a squat. Once you're in that squat, hands to your heart, hold it there, pause, breathe for just a few breaths. Tone your thighs, squeeze your heels in towards each other. From the center of your hips, press out through your knees. From the center of your hips, lift up into your chest. Hold it and breathe. Let's take this 3 times. Place your hands down, lift your hips up, forward fold. And right back down into your squat. Your knees, lift your chest, squat. Right up into your fold, lift your hips, squeeze your thighs, and fold. Back down into your squat. Inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Squat on your inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Keeping your feet where they are. You can bend into your knees a little bit here and slowly roll your way up to standing, rounding through your spine. Roll it up. Reach your arms up to the sky. Big breath in, stretch through your fingertips. Please bring your hands together at your heart and rebend into your elbows will come down to your thighs. Lift up to your toes. Place your hands down on the ground. This time you can step or hop back, but don't let your knees touch the arms. That's this round. We'll eventually get to the crow pose, but for now, try to keep the knees off the arms. Lean forward into your hands, step or hop back, chaturanga, landing in the bent arm position if you're jumping back. Okay, cobra pose, pull forward. Good, Chanti. Downward facing dog, take it back. Now we're gonna start moving. Inhale, lift up to your toes. Bend your knees, look forward. Let the feet land wider than the hands. Hop it forward, step it forward, squat. Inhale, rise up. Hands to your heart, exhale, elbows to your thighs. Lift up to your toes, breathe in. Place the hands down, lean forward, take it back, chaturanga. Cobra pose, inhale. Downward dog. Exhale. Inhale, lift up to your toes. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop forward to a squat. Inhale, rise up. Hands to your heart, elbows to your thighs. Lift up to your toes. Plant the hands, lean forward, hop it back, chaturanga. Land or step or hop back. Sorry. Land with bent elbows if you're jumping. Downward dog. One more time for good luck. Inhale, lift up to your toes. Bend your knees, look forward. Step or hop forward to a squat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Bring your elbows to your thighs. Lift up to your toes, breathe in. Place your hands down, lean forward. This time, crow pose. Knees to the backs of the arms, maybe even knees to your armpit, knees to your elbows. Tilt forward, one or both feet come up. Crow pose. Squeeze your heels to your bum. Lean forward, push through your hands a lot, keeping the back body nice and full. Good, Ryan. High. Nice, Grace. Good tuck. Squeeze for 3, 2, take it back, chaturanga. Heart forward, elbows bent. Cobra pose, inhale. Good one, Shanti. Downward dog. Exhale. Walk your hands back towards your feet, please. Bend your knees and roll your way up to standing at the back of your mat. Big stretch up to your fingertips. Cactus your arms, exhale. Interlace the hands behind your back. Squeeze your palms, lift your chest. Bend your knees and take it down into a fold. Please keep your legs active. You're toning your thighs so that your quads feel engaged. Then you're gently hugging the midline. Shins are hugging in. Even the thighs are squeezing together lightly. Keep moving the tops of the thighs towards each other, but spin the insides of the thighs back. Broaden the backs of the thighs, let them get wider. Really lightly squeeze your glutes and push down into your feet. Stretch out through your chest and up and over through your knuckles. One more breath here. Very good. Please bring your hands to your low back, please. And slide your hands down towards the ground. You're gonna bend your knees and look forward. Place your left hand on your right ankle and open your right arm up to the sky. Reach up to your right fingertips. Go ahead and wrap your right arm behind your back. See if you can find your left hip crease. So hook your fingers inside your left thigh if you can. Now let's breathe. Shins hug in. Tops of the thighs still move in. Insides of the thighs still spin back. Still broaden the hips and thighs as you pull the bottom of your heart forward. Twist a little bit more. Spin your left rib cage towards your right. Roll your right shoulder back. We'll start to unravel. Reach your right arm back up. Circle it all the way around and place your right hand on your left ankle, please. And open your left arm up to the sky. Stretch it up. Then wrap it behind your back. Can you hook your left fingers inside your right thigh or hip crease? Keep the legs active. Tone your thighs. Shins hug in. And your thighs spin back. Lightly squeeze the glutes as you stretch forward into your chest. Spin your right rib cage to the left. Roll your left shoulder back. Look up. Breathe in. And let's start to unwind. Circle your left arm back up to the sky. Place your left hand all the way down. Bend your knees. Roll your way up to standing, please. And again, take your arms up. Practice your arms. Exhale, squeeze your glutes lightly to keep your low back protected. Now interlace your hands behind your back. Opposite clasp of the hands. Squeeze your palms. Lift your chest. Exhale, fold in. Keep squeezing palms together. Keep hugging the midline with your legs. Shins hug in. Tops of the thighs move in. Insides of the thighs spin back. Okay, lightly engage the glutes and push down into your feet. Stretch through your chest and up and over with your knuckles. One more breath here. Release your hands down to your low back and walk the hands forward. back out into downward facing dog. Spread your fingers wide, please. Hug your forearms in. Look to your thumbs. You can kind of pitch forward a little bit, not quite a plank pose. You're going to lower both of your forearms down at the same time. So start to move your thighs back, squeeze your elbows together, and drop both of your forearms down. You can bend your knees a little bit for more support. Okay, once the forearms are down, look back to your toes, maybe straighten your legs again. Dolphin pose. Hold and breathe. Forearms squeeze together. Push down into your forearms a lot. Lift up to your toes. Bend your knees kind of a lot so that your stomach and thighs touch. Now look forward to your thumbs. You're going to push off of your toes and rock forward. Plank pose. Lift both elbows at the same time. Plank pose, rock forward. Kind of using your momentum to help you get the elbows up. Really push off your toes. Good, Meredith. Now let's go back up, downward facing dog. You can pitch your chest forward a little bit. Hug your forearms in. Slowly lower both forearms down to the ground. Maybe your knees bend for support. Then you look back to your toes and re-extend your legs. Push into your forearms a lot for 3, 2, and 1. Lift up to your toes. Bend your knees, look forward. Both elbows lift at once. Push off your toes. Press through your hands. Lift the elbows up, plank pose. Good, everyone. Back to downward facing dog. All right, so we're adding on to that. Lift, lower both forearms down at the ground. Dolphin pose. This time you're going to lift your left leg up to the sky. Left leg lifts up. Bring your left knee into your chest. Bend your right knee, rock forward. Lift both elbows up and step your left foot between your hands, please. It's going to be a kind of big arm circle up. So actually, let's just rise up, crescent lunge, arms to the sky. Great. Breathe here. Make your legs really active. Tone your thighs. Hug your shins into the middle of the body, the midline. All right. Keep that action. Hug them in as you draw in thighs to hips. It feels like you're scissoring your thighs together. Keep doing that as you stretch. From your hips, press out through your legs to deepen your lunge. From your hips, lift up into your chest. Reach back through your fingertips, please. Nice, everyone. Inhale. And exhale. Interlace your hands behind your back. Lean forward. Pick up your right leg. Warrior 3. Stretch the bottom of your heart forward. Stretch your knuckles back. Extend through your right heel. Extend through your left heel. You got it. Breathe. If you can, lift your chest a little higher. Good. Victoria, lift your right thigh more. Everyone squeeze your left glute more. Now you're going to bend your right knee. Can you bring your knuckle and your heel to touch? Your knuckles and your heel to touch. It's okay if they don't. Just bend the knee and squeeze. Yeah, very good. Big step back with your right foot. Open up the arms. Warrior 2. Check your alignment. The heel of your front foot has lined up neatly with the arch of your back foot. We're trying to move our will through this lens of knowledge, which we use as alignment in our practice to create action. When we can create poses or action with intention, with knowledge, it helps to keep the pose or the action more consequence-free. Let's say those consequences are injury, pain, discomfort, not being able to settle your breath or your mind in the pose. So we look to create the shape with as much knowledge and intention as possible. There's more reward, less consequence. Straighten your arms, reach your arms up to the sky, please. Straighten your legs, reach your arms up to the sky. Bend into your right knee, Skandasana. Good, we're coming right back up to Warrior 2. Straighten your arms, straighten your right leg, rebend your left knee. All right, let's add a little bit more here. Take your right arm, wrap it behind your back. Take your left arm up to the sky and then drop it down to clasp your right hand. Let's really engage here. Please tone your thighs so that you can feel the muscles in your legs active, supporting, engaged, okay? Keep doing that. Gently squeeze your heels towards each other, like you're trying to scrunch up your mat. All right, don't let that go. Scissor your thighs together. Start rooting your thighs more actively into your hips. Keep all of that engagement. Now, inner right thigh is going to spin back. The back of the right thigh is lifting so that the outer edge of the right foot's really firm. Squeeze the glutes and draw the belly in. Please lift the front of your hips up. So I'm going to say, Meredith, can you draw your ribs in a little bit more? That's it. So good. One last breath here, everyone. Deepen your lunge from your hips. Stretch out through your legs. Side bend towards the back of your mat. You got it, everyone. Open your arms. Straighten your left leg. Triangle pose. Left hand coming down. Right arm up to the sky. Stack your shoulders as best you can. Deep breaths here. We're only here for a breath. We're going to take this into our half moon pose in a second. Walk your left fingertips forward. Lift your right leg up. Half moon pose. Back into a balance. Breathe here. In through your nose and out through your nose. Please tone your thighs. Drop thighs to hips. Lift the back of your right thigh. Squeeze into your left glute and extend from your hips. Expand in all directions. Out through your legs. Out through your fingertips. Option to bend your right knee and grab your right foot, Shavasana. Totally optional. Doesn't mean it has to happen. Just a nice place to go. You have the foot in your hand. Give a generous kick. Pull the bottom of your heart forward and breathe. Looking good, my friends. Nice, Grace. Standing leg is strong. Don't forget, flex the quads. Tone the thighs. Squeeze the glutes. And when you're ready to let it go, we'll step way back. Skandasana. It's a big movement. Release the right foot, step the right foot back, bend your right knee, sit all the way back, right hip to right heel. And let's come forward, walk the hands to the top of the mat, right hand coming down, left arm up to the sky, wild thing. Step your left foot back behind you. Press through your feet, lift through your hips, reach through your fingertips. You got it. Big push through your right hand a lot. Right bicep spins forward towards your right thumb. Reach to your left hand. You got it, everyone. And let's slowly come back around plank pose. Top of a push-up. Bring your left knee into your chest. And roll over to your left side. Keep hugging your left knee into your chest. Right arm up to the sky. Pull your left knee into your chest a lot. And now reach down with your right hand to grab your left foot. Pull your left shin forward to the top of the mat. Pigeon pose. Left shin forward, right leg back. Stretch out through your legs. Lift up into your chest. Breathe here. In through your nose, out through your nose. Tone your thighs. Draw thighs to hips. And stretch from your hips. Push out through your legs to deepen your lunge. From your hips, lift up into your chest. Breathe. Nice work, my friends. Now, if you want to, you can bend your right knee, reach back with your right hand and grab your right foot. Give it a nice little squeeze here. Option to take your right big toe into your right elbow crease and take your left arm up to clasp your right hand. Just an option. Doesn't mean you have to do it. Keep your legs active. One last breath before we let it go. Release the right foot if you have it. Come all the way to sit onto your left hip, everybody. Just a fun transition. Circle your right foot all the way around. Place your right foot in front of your left shin. Lean forward, pick it up, standing splits. Reach your left leg up to the sky, right foot flat on the ground. You have a couple choices here. Option 1, step back, downward dog, move through your vinyasa. Option 2, float back, land on your right leg, keep your left leg hovering, chaturanga. Or option 3, play around with some handstand hops. Picking up, balancing, picking up, balancing. When you're ready, we'll meet in downward dog. No rush, take your time. Make sure you have fun. Make sure you're just enjoying your practice. You're moving through these handstand hops. Inner left thigh lifts, both legs active. When you're ready, Let's take it back. All right. Just one more time through. Please lift your lower both forearms down to the ground, sorry, dolphin pose. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Right knee into your chest, rock forward, lift the elbows up, and step your right foot between your hands. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. Take a moment here, engage the lunge, tone your thighs, hug your shins in, scissor your thighs together. Don't lose that and stretch from your hips, push down through your feet, lift up to your heart, reach back to your fingertips. Should feel pretty strong, really stable. You're expressing yourself through your knowledge of the shape, helping to create the shape with intention. Whatever your will was when you arrived in this practice, to be stronger, to be more knowledgeable, to be carefree, to experience bliss, move it through your knowledge of this shape and let it manifest. Lean forward, interlace your hands behind your back, opposite clasp, warrior three, pick up your left leg. Inner left thigh is lifted, squeeze into your right glute, please, and stretch it out. Yeah, stretch from your hips, out to your legs, out to your heart. Once you're ready, once you feel strong and stable, right glute engaged, bend into your left knee, maybe your knuckles and heel tap. Lift your thigh, lift your chest, breathe, 3, good. Shanti, square off your shoulders, drop your left shoulder more. 2, lift your right shoulder. Good, 1, big step back with your left foot. Warrior 2, pause and breathe. First of 2 warrior 2s. Engage your legs, breathe. This practice being really familiar with your breath and your body and the shape. Draw your front ribs in, lift the front of your hips. Press through your feet and lunge. Straighten your arms, straighten your legs. Skandasana to the left side. Please bend your left knee. Sit back into your hips. Yeah, looking good. And from here, we're going to come right back up to our warrior 2. Open your arms, warrior 2. Take your left arm behind your back. Reach your right arm up and drop your right hand down to meet your left hand. That's it. Now breathe. Just take a second to find your breath here. It should be strong and steady, smooth and even. Once again, check in with your foundation. 4 corners of the feet pressing down. Keep moving your awareness up. Tone your thighs. Squeeze your heels together. Root thighs to hips energetically. Don't let that go. Inner left thigh spins back and solidly press through the outer edge of your left foot. Okay, keep that. Squeeze into your right glute and wrap your right hip under. Without letting that go, draw your belly in more. Draw your front ribs in more. Same thing, Meredith, as the first side. Draw your front ribs in more. Yes, really good. Everyone stretch. Monica, turn a little more sideways. Yeah, that's it, Monica. Good. Deepen your lunge a little more, Ryan. Right elbow goes up and back. Nice, Grace. Here we go. Open up the arms. Straighten the right leg. Open your left arm up, triangle pose. Woo, really good job. Hopefully you're feeling it in your legs. I know I am. Tone your thighs. Keep your legs active so that your kneecaps aren't buckled here. Your quads are engaged. We'll take this right into our half moon pose. Please walk your right hand forward to the right. And now lift your left leg up. Ardha Chandrasana. This is a great place to stay. Once again, moving with knowledge and not force. So don't force the balance. Don't force the bind when we get there. Apply your knowledge to action. Engage your quadriceps, lift your kneecaps. Draw thighs to hips. You're drawing inward. Now feel free to expand. Push out from your hips to your feet and to your heart. If you can, bend your left knee, grab your left foot. Oh, it should feel really good. Once you have the foot in your hand, kick it open. Just imagine there are people who do this on an ice skate while spinning in a circle really fast. Here we get the luxury of just being on our mats in the comfort of our homes. Take that into consideration and just keep moving with confidence, with breath, with courage and awareness. One last breath here. Kick back and pull your heart forward. Nice, everyone. Big step back, Skandasana. Step your left foot back, bend into your left knee. I like that transition. It makes me feel like a ninja or something. Come forward. One last wild thing. Left hand down to the ground. Good, Monica. Take your right arm up. Step your right foot back. Big push to your left hand. Right foot steps back behind you. Lift into your chest. Lift into your hips. Reach to your right fingertips. 3. Nice. Good, everyone. Really big push to your left hand. 2. And 1. Please come back to plank pose. Bring your right knee into your chest. Roll over to your right side. Open your left arm up to the sky. Squeeze your right knee into your chest. Nice. Grab your right foot with your left hand and pull your right shin forward, pigeon pose. All right, scissor your thighs together and stretch. Keep practicing that sense of drawing in. When you're ready, you can either come down to your forearms or reach back with your left hand or grab your left foot. Stay here, squeeze the heel to your bum, or add that little bit of extra shoulder work, back bend. Bring your left big toe to your left elbow crease. Take your right arm up, touch your left hand. Draw your navel in, lift the front of your hips as best you can, and stretch through your legs. Breathe for 3. Good, Monica. 2. Nice, Vittorio. A little bit more active legs, Vittorio. Scissor your thighs together. Good. Now stretch through your legs. There you go. Release the foot when you're ready. Come up when you're ready. If you want to stay here longer, that's fine. We're going to take it into that last transition. Sit onto your right hip. Step your left foot in front of your right shin, please. Come forward, hips up, standing split. Inner right thigh lifts, left leg engaged. Your choice on what to do next. Maybe just a step back to something controlled and accessible. Maybe a few hops, practice getting upside down. Maybe one just smooth hop and back to your vinyasa. When you're ready, go. Hops. Maybe hops and hold. All right. Really good work, everyone. Lower your knees down to the ground. Last little bit of playfulness here. We're going to take option to kick up from our dolphin pose into our forearm balance. If you want to find a wall to use, you can, but you might just be comfortable doing it where you are. Hands come down to the ground, forearms come down to the ground. We'll re-enter our dolphin pose and walk the feet in. This could be where you stay tonight, pushing through your forearms. You can practice lifting one leg at a time. Maybe if you shift your gaze forward, adding little swing and hops. Eventually, you might turn that into a balance. What's really important here is that leg that's swinging up isn't bending, right? Keeping the leg straight and active, always maintaining the engagement of the midline. Come down with control. If you'd rather do a headstand, you can interlace your hands, bring your head between your hands, and do the same thing without a kick, just an easy lift up. All right, once you're on your headstand in your forearms, maybe you feel strong enough to push through your forearms and pick your head up off the ground. And then you've got a good entrance there as well. Lots of fun ways to get into it. Try kicking up with both legs so that you get strong using both legs. Let me see here. Let me take a look. These look great. Grace, really good. Nice height in the hips. Vittorio, try bringing your elbows a little closer together. Nice, Ryan. Shanti, legs together, squeeze. Good. Good, Monica. You got it, Monica. Trust it. Push down into your forearms. So one last little tip before we move on. Try to do less, how do I say it? Let me say it differently. You want to make sure you're pushing down into your forearms a lot. You're not just holding yourself up on your forearms, you're pushing the ground away from you. The difference looks like, I'm pushing or I'm not pushing. So you really want to be pushing the whole time in the pose, the whole time in the pose. Big push into your forearms, big push so that you're lifted and stay supported and strong. All right, we can work on that more as time goes on, but really nice work tonight, everybody. Let's go ahead and come on to our backs, please. Lie on your back with your feet flat on the ground. What I always like about doing forearm balance is it sets us up really nicely for back bending work. So let me actually turn on. You can stick to bridge pose tonight if it suits you. Or if you want to come up to upward bow, you can go. All right, here we go. Inhale, start with the lift of your hips, bridge pose. If you want to stay here, make sure you wriggle your shoulders underneath you. Then clasp your hands behind your back. It's a great place to stay. You just stay right here and enjoy a nice familiar bridge pose. It always feels good to be here. If you want to take it to upward facing bow, one isn't better than the other. They're just different stretches to take. Right hand and left hand come about shoulder width apart, right in line with your ears. You're going to drag your heels energetically back to your shoulders. Inner thighs spin down. Press to your hands and lift into your outer hips to come up. Good, Vittorio. Vittorio, hug your shins in. Spin your thighs down. Get the hips up. Keep doing that. Don't just do it and let it go. Keep doing it. Press to your feet. Take your shoulders over your wrists as much as you can for 3. Good. Shanti, parallel your feet. Your big toes in more. Shins in and thighs down. 2. And if you're still up, 1, come down and rest. Breathe for 3 breaths. All right, round 2, stick with the same thing you did, try something different. Either way, please move intentionally and try to move with as much of your knowledge as you can. All right, keep the action as consequence-free as possible. Enjoy the reward of the pose. Here we go. Inhale to push down into your feet. Same action. Hug your heels back towards your shoulders. Inner thighs spin down. Outer hips are lifting up. Hands can come just wider than the shoulders. Inhale, press up, upward bow or bridge pose. Nice. Everyone the same action. Inner thighs spiral downward. Take the tops of your thighs closer towards each other. Spiral the insides of your thighs down towards the ground. And feel the outer, and lift your outer hips up towards the ceiling. Now really lightly squeeze the glutes, extend the low back towards the backs of your knees. And stretch, press up with your feet. Lower down when you're ready. Three breaths. I feel in my own practice, in my own body, nothing feels almost more free than these back bends. You just get this sense of freedom in your spine, of openness in your heart, strength in your body. Let's take one more to really capture that feeling. Just stick with what feels right for you, bridge or wheel pose. Last time, inhale to come up. Shins in, thighs down, outer hips lift. And you can start to walk your feet in a little closer and press shoulders over wrists as much as possible. Shins in, thighs down. Good, Ryan. Thighs down a little more, thighs in a little more. That's it. 3, 2, you got it, Vittorio. Big push, Vittorio. Hands, hands, hands. Push through your hands more. Yes, and then 1. Come all the way down. Very good. Lower down onto your back. Oh, yeah. Rock your knees side to side, please. Rock your knees side to side. Nice, invigorating, heart opening back bend. Let both knees fall to the left. Stay here. If you want to stack your left ankle over your right thigh, you can. Just make sure you keep a little bit of engagement in the right glute so we don't overstretch through our IT band and into the SI joint and the piriformis. So I'm just going to keep my right glute kind of lightly engaged, not pushing down into my left ankle, just letting it rest there. Breathe. Let's switch sides. Knees to the right. Right ankle might sit on top of the left thigh, lightly engaged to the left hip, and try not to push down. You don't want it to overstretch. And let's come back up. Bring your knees into your chest. Rock your way up to seated. Let's take a few stretches here. Bring the soles of your feet together, your knees apart. Inhale, sit up tall. And exhale, just gently round in, working your, let's say, your head towards your toes. Your legs are still active. Your quads are lightly flexed. You're drawing thighs to hips. Thighs are moving wide. Glutes slightly engaged as the heart falls forward and down. Always want to maintain that sense of agency in the pose and the stretch. It's not just pulling or forcing, or applying knowledge to create action. You slowly come up. Let's take your left foot out to the left. Let's actually take the right leg out to the right too. Do 2 and 1 here. Legs nice and wide. Reach with your left hand to your right thigh. Left hand to right thigh. Take your right arm up to the sky. Flex your toes, flex your quads, and side bend over to your left. Maybe you reach for your toes. Maybe your hand supports your head. You lean back. Maybe you need your left hand to also support your head. So you've got lots of great options here. Breathe as you kind of roll back into your right rib cage. Should be this element of rotation. Legs are active. Breathe. Let's come back up and take it to the other side. Right hand to your left thigh. Left arm goes up. Doesn't have to be a big movement. Side bend towards your right. Right. In fact, most likely the smaller you're able to go, the bigger the stretch you're going to feel. Tone your thighs, flex your toes, press your heels down and drag them into your hips. Then stretch it out. Stretch your legs, reach to your fingertips. Breathe. Let's come back up. Last stretch here. Walk your hands out straight down the center. Just 3 breaths. Reach forward. Legs are active. Arms are flexed. Breathe. Slowly walk it back in. All right, let's take the feet forward. If you're not already, to the top of the mat. Take your feet about as wide as the mat and roll your way down onto your back. Bring your knees into your chest. Let the knees fall over to the right side, forward twist. Look over your left shoulder. Second side, knees over to the left. Last twist here, last pose. Bring your knees into your chest, please. Give yourself a squeeze and curl up. Bring your nose to your knees. Inhale. Shavasana. Exhale. Lie back. Relax. Enjoy this moment of stillness, of freedom, connection, and awareness of self. Without any expectations, without any limitations. Be free in this moment. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like. Stay on your back in your own home for as much time as you need. When you're ready to move, you'll wiggle your fingers and your toes, and roll out your wrists and your ankle. Deep breath in, stretch out your arms and your legs. Inhale. Side out, let it go. Exhale. Bring your knees into your chest one last time before rocking your way up to seated, please. Sitting tall with your eyes closed, bring your hands together at your heart. Remember, it doesn't have to be something you just do here in a practice. As you move through the world, continue to move your will through the lens of knowledge, not forcing change or growth or anything. Be patient and kind, applying knowledge to action, moving without consequence, enjoying the reward of action. Exhale your breath all the way out. Inhale for Om. light in me honors the light within you. Thank you for practice. Thank you so much, everyone. Great job tonight. Appreciate you being here. If you have questions, comments, requests, or feedback, hit me up. You can find me on my social media, Stephen Arcos Yoga, or my Venmo, same thing, Stephen Arcos Yoga. I'm available all places. So questions, comments, donations, you know where to find me. Thanks again for practice. If you can stick around tonight and chat, I'd love to hear from you. Just check in how you're doing. If you gotta go, thanks for coming by. Appreciate you joining in. I'm just gonna do this real quick.